Mm-hmm. Jeremiah Cheatham here for Jeremiah Guitar Lessons. I have a video here, part of the first song series. It's Sublime, What I Got. So this may be the first song you've ever played, or you may have already played a couple songs, but this is intended for people who just picked up a guitar and don't need to know anything else. So first we'll go over the chords. There's 2 chords in this song, so it's really easy to play. You only have to learn 2 different chords, and then we'll get into the rest of the song. So the very first chord we're going to play is a D chord. Now a D chord is only made up of the very bottom strings of the guitar. So the bottom strings are D, A, sorry. A D chord is made up So a D chord is a very easy chord to play. It's one of the first chords you should learn, and it's only the bottom 4 strings, so you pretty much ignore the top 2 strings. So the way we play a D chord is by playing the 4th string here, 4th up from the bottom. We play it open, and then the 3rd string from the bottom, we play it on the 2nd fret. That's 1, 2 on the 2nd fret. The 2nd string from the bottom, we play on the 3rd fret, and then the very smallest string, we play it on the 2nd fret. So it's open, 2, 3, 2. Now, you may be asking, is it very important that I hit only the bottom 4 strings? On a D chord, it's ideally that you hit D from the D string, the open D string, down. But you can actually even if you mess up, or even if you intend to hit it, you can actually hit the A string open as well. It's actually part of the D chord, and it doesn't harm anything. You should be trying to hit the D to give it a D bass. But if you accidentally hit the A chord, it's okay. Now you don't want to hit this E chord, this E string, because it's not part of the D chord. So you could wrap your thumb around it and just let it rest on that string, and it mutes it. So D down, D chord. Now we need just one more chord, and it is a G chord. And a G chord, starting from the thickest string, that would be the 6th string, we play it with our middle finger on the 3rd fret. And the 5th string with our pointer finger on the 2nd fret. So 3, 2, then we play the next 2 strings open. Now, this is an option that I'm going to teach you now, but the 2nd string you can play on the 3rd fret. But you can optionally play it open as well. It doesn't need to be played on the 3rd fret. It's still the exact same chord. So you can either play the 2nd string open or on the 3rd fret. And then the very smallest string, the E string, the number 1 string, we're going to play it on the 3rd fret. So the shape will look like this. Our middle finger on the 3rd, a pointer on the 2nd, next 2 strings open, and then our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and our pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. Now the reason why I'm showing you this version with the ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string is because it gives us an anchor to go between a D, and I can leave this finger right where it is, and I can pick up the other ones and go right to a G. And that makes a nice transition. Also, you can hear the difference. You can play a G like this, but it sounds quite nice to play with the third string on the second fret, the third fret, the second string, third fret. It sounds quite nice. So we have our, and this one you play all the strings. Even the two that you're not touching, should be ringing open. If you're accidentally touching one of them, it might mute it. So if you find that you're muting one of the other strings by accident, try to use your finger more perpendicular to the string. So now we got a D chord and we got a G chord. Now let's talk about how the song is put together. This song plays 4 counts of a chord and then changes chords and plays 4 counts of that second chord. And that is the entire loop of the song. So the first chord, we're gonna play it. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's as long as we play the first chord. And then the second chord, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So first chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's the entire song. It's just alternating between those 2 chords. So now the song is in 4/4 timing. Did you bump your head? Yeah. The song is in what's called 4/4 timing. So there is 4 beats inside of a 4 count measure. So that's why I was counting to 4. So I was strumming on the 1 and just counting 2 more times. This could be quite helpful if you're just learning to put your hands there for the D chord and then you have to change to the G chord. I know it's very difficult in the very beginning, so you might not even want to worry about strumming. You might just want to strum 1 time and just keep counting and then try to play the G on the 1 count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now once you have that, you can try some different strums out. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just strumming down on each count of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I would practice this until you're comfortable transitioning from the D to the G chord. I know it doesn't sound like much of a song, but it's good to get this D and G out of the way so later you can enjoy playing the song and getting into the rhythm of the song. So I know it's maybe a bit boring in the beginning, but it's good just to practice it a couple times and you'll be comfortable. So once you do have that down though, we'll try to play a rhythm that is something like in the beginning that I played, like. So this is actually 2 different strum patterns. I have one strum pattern for the D chord and a different one for the G chord. So let's take a look at the D chord first. The D chord, I'm doing a down strum for the counts, and on the last count, on the half on the and, I'm doing an up strum. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But I'm not actually using any of the ands except the very last one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 and. But I'm actually doing something else as well. I'm skipping the second beat. So I'm going 1, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and. So that's 1, 2. I'm messing up too. So we got 1, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 4 and. So you can even keep your hand moving. Yeah, it's a guitar. Yeah, so I got 1. At the ends, your hand should be moving up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I got 1 down on 1, 1 down on 3, and 1 down on 4, and an upstroke on the end of 4. So it'll actually sound like. See, the and is a bit quicker. The upstroke happens faster than the spaces between the downs. Plus there's also a down strum missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. That's what I'm doing for the D.